So then we are back with more understandings from the time of the Ibrahim and Yishmael and their relationship, and also the indication of the relationship with the Messiah and his older brother. So then we can understand the works of Allah and the creator of the heavens and the earth. We begin our quest to then understand the Holy Quran and exploring the many spiritual precise understandings of the time, and then linking up with the time of the end. There is a very interesting point where then we USA as a nation, we have then start being very serious with our work, our credit, and how we get then raw materials, how we extract our own materials from our own country. As it was then explained before, China is going to be extremely wealthy in the future, and they know it. They do have already a computerized system where the stock market and investments are linking up together, and then in conjunction with the bank, they have their own computerized language system, a computer system that controls and regulates every aspect of transaction from the level of civilian and government alike, and taxes then are deducted nearly instantly when they have any kind of a transaction, making it very simply easy steps when the yearly income tax comes. And we are very naive as a nation yet how dangerous this system is going to be in a very near future. Because as we are aware of computerized systems, we can only have this much understanding in terms of what takes to get then the Chinese system implemented in the system. Simply takes a very spacious hard drive, and then our country can be ruined overnight. We are living in a very important period of time where then information is sent nearly instantly. So then when we begin to read then Galah, we understand then the time of the end, and then the country related with the time of the end. China is going to be rich overnight. What it takes is the word from the Arabs when this system then is going to be implemented. So then the relationship of Ibrahim and Isaac then is expounded, making then the link of the time of the end, as then a leader. Ibrahim was obviously very important, the starter of the covenant. And then when the Arabs they give the word, then overnight people are going to start downloading the Chinese system, and they are going to do trade instantly. We don't have to expand a lot what's going to take place in the system when these system of theirs are implemented, because it's a system within many systems, and it's self-regulated. We don't have to be concerned anymore with the scoundrels in the government making a name for themselves, being busybody, lazy PhDs, licensed pirates, as we have so many in our own country. The whole situation is going to be under the control. Any transaction where you have then a card or a credit card, or if you take money from the bank, it's going to be recorded. If you are a scoundrel stealing from the government, you're going to be caught, because the system is self-regulated. It's going to show where the draining of the money from the system is going, and then you have to give an answer for it. So when the time comes, these older stupid people in the government, this is what you heard precisely, older means elderly people in government, stupid. They don't want to learn. They refuse to learn. They are the obstacles preventing our country from going forward. It's understandable, elderly people wanting the old-fashioned understanding and reliability and trust, understandable. But during the time where we are finding ourselves transitioning in this new electronic age, if we don't replace these elderly people in the government, we are going to then destroy ourselves, because they refuse to understand what future brings. And some of these older people, being stupid yet changing their money for gold and placing in their mats at night where they rest upon at night, we've got to replace them, because they are not in pace with the technology. Not saying that they are bad people, but they are ignorant. And this time and age where we then are watching many developments, there is no time for ignorance. You can't take elderly people by the hand and teach them to use computers. There is no more time for it. If they refuse to work on the computer, it's because they are stupid. We have to understand, when elderly people, they refuse to work on a system with computers because they are stupid. It's understandable they were reliable people of the past, but we are no longer in the past. We should treat each other as they treat each other in the past, as being reliable and trustworthy. But if that lacks knowledge, then we are ruined. So there is no more time to taking elderly people of the government and teach them how to use the computer. They have to learn real fast, or they have to get out of there. Because when our monetary system goes down, if we do not have credit with the world via reliable services and equipment, where we had the most of the past, then our country is ruined. And they are oblivious of the new computerized Chinese system, because they are ignorant. They are holding back our country from the technology that's going to take over the planet. When the time comes, what it takes is a simple hard drive with enough space to get their system in a computer, and then we are on. So you can invest in products not even yet produced. Then you have your banking, you have your investments, you have your tax transactions, the whole situation under the control of the computer. If you are a scoundrel stealing from the government, you're going to be caught. So either the elderly people in the government, they learn the computer and they educate themselves, or they have to get out of there. Because the system coming in the future, it is absolutely no way of containing it. And it won't be because they are trustworthy that's going to prevent the other countries from having this system. We are going to be behind. Not saying they are unlearned people, but they refuse to understand the technology of the time. It's not going to be anymore doing the work and receiving cash and place in a pocket. The system in the future is going to be not what they are thinking of 50 years ago. Though they link themselves with cash in a pocket being trustworthy, but you can be trustworthy also having computer. Because the trustworthy part of the system is going to be the self-regulation. That's what the elderly people, they have mostly self-regulation. They kind of control themselves. But our country can't go on if these elderly people, they are preventing the development because of their older ways. Has to have a balance. And when the time comes, we understand China is going to be rich overnight. It only takes downloading. As you can understand, every aspect of finance you can translate in any language you want. So when you download their software, you can understand that the whole technical part of it is explained in English. You are either part of it or not part of it. So please stay tuned, much more coming up.